In space, Rita says that there is never a worse moment than the one in which you discover that, although you gave it your all, it was not enough. In the end, you were still throwaway, broken by those you most wanted to please. We then see how she is saying these words to Matt as she continues to torture him. Rita tries to tell him everything she went through to make him understand that they are both alike, but Matt tells her that he is not like her. Rita tells him that he is still loyal to the Rangers even though they abandoned him, but he believes that if she tells him her story then he will understand that the two of them are alike. A few months ago, after Lord Zedd betrayed Rita and locked her in a space trash can just like Zordon had done, a ship appeared looking for this space trash can and had finally found it. Before we see the crew members of the ship, Rita tells the story of her life, in which she says she lived between love and hate. We can see that when she was born, Zordon was present, and her mother gave her a loving upbringing. Then, her father Master Vile found her and took her away to raise her in darkness. He made her a general and then Lord Zedd ordered her to conquer 1,000 worlds for him. Rita began to grow this army by seeking out beings that were being abandoned or in need of a firm hand. Still, this was not enough as she was defeated by Zordon. Despite this, she was persistent, she betrayed her mother, but, even so, she too was betrayed by Lord Zedd. At that moment, she knew that her father was right, it was enough who she had become, and she had to become more. On the ship, we can see Divatox, a galactic pirate who was with her crew specifically looking for this space trash can. The real reason is that they were looking for Rita, so they opened the canister to find out if she was inside and they were right. Divatox tests her by telling her that he would like to know how much a witch would cost on the black market, but Rita fights back and tells him not to mistake her misfortune for weakness. Rita is so powerful that she knocks Divatox down with a single blow, but then she confesses that she was only testing her and that she was going to take her to Gamma Vile, Rita's father's planet. On this planet, we see that Master Vile is very happy to have his daughter back and pays Divatox for his work as promised. Despite this, Rita and her father have a brief argument as she tells him that she didn't need his help as she is a survivor, but her father tells her that she is free because of him. Still, Master Vile wants to celebrate his daughter's arrival and that he also has a vessel for Dark Spectre. When Rita hears this she is very angry as her father keeps trying the same thing and has never achieved anything. She also tells him that because of this her brother Rito Revolto sacrificed himself and now only has half of his brain. His father very annoyed shuts her up and tells her not to forget her place as his patience is wearing thin. He then introduces her to the new vessel and it is Alpha 1. Rita is very angry because she knows it's a lousy idea to have an old Zordon robot for this. Still, Master Vile thinks it's an excellent idea since he says this robot is incorruptible. Then, Alpha 1 takes Rita to his room and there they have a little conversation. They start reminiscing about their past and how powerful they are. Alpha 1 also says that he had tried to take her down, but Rita tells him that more powerful beings have tried and failed. He then tells her that he was built by a father who rejected him, but then Alpha 1 tells her that her father did choose him to be the vessel. Rita begins to scoff as she knows that the robot does not know what it is to be a vessel. She begins to explain to him that Dark Spectre wants to go through the Morphin grid but cannot because it is toxic to him. It is for this reason that he is looking for a vessel that will allow him to pass through it, but he will burn the soul of this vessel in the process. He also tells her that Master Vile's love is not worth dying for. Later at the party we can see that they are all gathered to make a toast to the new vessel. Rita and Divatox begin to have a conversation and talk about how foolish Master Vile is for continuing to fail in the search for a new vessel and then acquiring the Zeo crystal. The next day they go to Planet Infernus, where Dark Spectre is to introduce him to Alpha 1, the new vessel. Rita begins to offer Alpha 1 to work with her and promises to give him freedom. Although this seems like a simple conversation, this moment is key for Alpha 1. They then meet Darkonda, and he tells Master Vile how he dares to come back after all his failures looking for a vessel. Master Vile promises him that this time he will not fail, and Darkonda asks him if the vessel is Rita, but he tells her that she is an old witch. Rita gets upset and wants to fight Darkonda, but her father stops her. Then, Master Vile apologizes to Darkonda, and Darkonda lets him in to see Dark Spectre. Here we can see that Dark Spectre's soul is in a lava pit, but at the same time he is controlling another body so he can talk. Master Vile proceeds to introduce him to the new vessel and tells him that Alpha 1 is strong, loyal, willing, and has no spirit or conscience. Dark Spectre gets very angry as he says that a robot is not a proper tribute and proceeds to attack Alpha 1, who is badly damaged. He then tells Master Vile that his patience has come to an end and he is going to finish him off. Rita interrupts Dark Spectre and tells him that his father is a fool. She tells him that after he gave her everything, yet her father has only given her failure after failure. It is an insult to his greatness, and he is not worthy of the title Vile. Dark Spectre tells her that he knows who she is, that she is a cursed child and not fit to be his vessel. Rita tells him that she is not there to be the vessel, she is there to be the new Vile, which means to be Dark Spectre's new general. Master Vile threatens her and then they start fighting. Rita attacks him first, but Master Vile is very powerful and attacks her back. He also tells her that she was never enough and was just a disappointment. Then, the battle and insults continue, and each is very powerful, but Master Vile is winning the battle. When it looks like Master Vile is going to destroy Rita, he is run through with a sword by Alpha 1. Rita then proceeds to take away his memories of that day with her magic, and Alpha 1 is surprised that she could have destroyed him and didn't. Rita replies to him that she is not like her father, and this is why he helped her, because he knows she is not like her father. Dark Spectre tells Rita that it is a shame that she was tainted before he brought her before him, as she would make an excellent vessel. Rita tells him that she is not a vessel, she is now Mistress Vile. She then explains to Dark Spectre that she was not damaged, she was imbued with the energy of the Morphin Grid, and that will help her get the Zeo Crystal for him. He also tells her that in addition to this he has a vessel that was a great warrior and he can get it, but he must transform her into his new Vile. Dark Spectre agrees, then begins to fill her with great power, and this transforms Rita into Mistress Vile. Now Mistress Vile can feel her new great power, and Dark Spectre gives her the order to find the Zeo Crystal and not fail her. Mistress Vile and Alpha 1 go to planet Bizark, which is a cold planet that is full of snow. The two begin to have a conversation about how cruel Zordon is for using people for a war that has no end. As they talk, they find the new vessel, which is frozen inside a wall of ice. Mistress Vile says that it is a new tool that will help them take over their new destiny and not to be afraid of it. Back in the present, Rita continues talking to Matt and tells him that she can help him. She tells him that he has been discarded, left behind. She tells him that he is useless, the spare, and asks him if he wants to be enough. She tells him all this as she continues to torture him.